pursuit of continuous quality education.
Living up to DepEd's mandate of no student should be left behind.
From the home of Sarongbangi,
The land of Oragons. This is Santo Domingo National High School. School on Air.
School on Air.
Good afternoon, grade 10 learners and SPA music students. I warmly welcome you all in our second episode of School on Air program in Mapeh 10. I am so grateful to be with you again today. This is your teacher, Mom Nems, and this time I'll be leading you to a new experience, exploring music. And for you to finally attend to our lesson today, be sure that you are in your most convenient place, far from any disturbances and with a clear reception. But before we start, I want to commend you all for actively participating in our first radio-based instruction. Hope you do the same today. At this point, please get your learning activity sheet or LAS in Music Quarter 3, a pen and a sheet of paper. I repeat, LAS for Quarter 3 in Music. I will help you understand more about Philippine contemporary music by discussing its characteristics. But before we start, let me check first if you did your advanced reading on different Philippine contemporary music composers. You must be familiar with the 20th century traditional composers who became the strongest foundations of what we now know as Philippine music. Let us do the Who Am I game. I'm going to read sentences and you're going to tell me the name of the composer I am pertaining to. Write your answer in your paper or notebook and you are going to submit it again during the distribution and retrieval of outputs and modules. Who am I? I am known as the father of Condiman and belongs to the triumvirate of Filipino composers. My music is romantic in style, incorporating Western forms and techniques with folk materials. I compose Pilipinas Kong Mahal. Who am I? For number 2, or before we proceed to number 2, let's check if your answer is correct. The answer is Francisco Santiago. Pilipinas Kong Mahal is one of the most beloved patriotic songs composed by Francisco Santiago. This song is about the Filipinos' undying devotion and love for their beloved country. He is able to convey his love for our country through a well-defined beat and melodious melody. That's why his music is said to be romantic in style, incorporating Western forms and techniques with folk materials. Okay, for number 2, who am I? I'm a composer who was influenced by the musical style of Schoenberg, Hindemith, and Stravinsky. I developed a style that combined European romanticism with chromaticism. Who am I? Yes, the answer is Nicanor Abelardo. Nasaan ka Irog, Bituing Marikit, Mutya ng Pasig are some of his musical works that evidently felt the use of chromatic scale. Chromaticism in music is the use of notes foreign to the mode or diatonic scale upon which a composition is based. A diatonic scale is a type of music scale with 7 notes. Remember the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do? That is a diatonic scale. While chromaticism consists of a semitone, the smallest interval used in classical Western music, and equal to a 12 of an octave instead of 7, and it has a half tone, a half step. All right, did you get it? And next, who am I? I was known as nationalist composer, expressing Philippines' cultural identity through my composition. No Limitang Here and El Filibusterismo are 2 of the operas considered as my masterpieces. Then, who am I? Very good. It's Felipe P. De Leon Sr. It shows that you're now ready for our next topic. We will be discussing today the characteristics of traditional and contemporary Philippine music. But before we proceed, can you give me first the different elements of music? Are you able to identify the different elements of music? If you do, that's great. I am so happy that you are able to name it. Let us recite it once again. All together now. Melody, harmony, rhythm, tempo, texture, timbre, and dynamics. Are you able to recite it with me? Very good. Remember, without this element, there will be no music. Do you agree? Yes, it's true. These are the elements that makes up the music. They are the skeletal of music. Now, I will be playing Kay Ganda ng Ating Musika, one of the award-winning compositions of Ryan Cayabyab. His composition mostly of traditional Western influence. Let us feel the rhythm as we listen. Clap the beat. Count the group of strong and weak beats. Start counting 1 to strong beat, 2, 3, and so on to weak beats. Let me see if you're able to give me its meter. Duple meter, if the cycle or pattern of strong and weak beats counts 1, 2. And triple meter, if the pattern of strong and weak beats counts 1, 2, 3. And quadruple meter, if it counts 1, 2, 3, 4 in a cycle. I repeat, duple if it has 2 counts, triple if it has 3 counts, and quadruple if it has 4 counts. And remember, always start counting from strong beat. 1 for strong beat and 2 so on for weak beats. Here's now your music. Kay Ganda ng Ating Musika. Okay, here we go.
Magmula nung ako'y natutong umawit, naging makulay ang aking munting daigdig.
Tila ilog pala ang paghimig, kung malalim damdami pag-ibig. Kung umapaw ang kaluluwa't tinig, ay sadyang nanginginig.
Magmula nung ako'y natutong umawi,
Bawat sandali aking pilit mabatid, ang himig na maituturing adik. Magpupuri pagkat kukutangi, di marami ang di magsasabing eto na, iniyong iyong dinggin. Kay ganda ng ating musika, kay ganda ng ating musika. Ito ay atin, sariling atin, at sa habang buhay awitin natin. Kay ganda ng ating musika, kay ganda ng ating musika. Ito ay ating
Sariling atin. Magmula nang ako'y natutong umawi, nakabuhay muli ang aking paligid. Ngayong batid ko na ang umibig,
Sa sariling pagtugin o himig, sa isang makatay maririnig, mga titig
nagsasabing kay ganda ng ating musika, kay ganda ng ating musika. Ito ay atin, sariling atin, at sa habang buhay awitin natin. Kay ganda ng ating musika, kay ganda ng ating musika. Ito ay atin, sariling atin, at sa habang buhay awitin natin.
All right, that's Kay Ganda ng Ating Musika by Ryan Cayabyab. How do you find the song? Did you sing along with it? Have you identified its meter? Can you tell me now to what meter does it flows? Or you find it difficult in identifying it? What do you think? Yes, it's really hard to say if the song is in 2, 3, or 4 counts meter, for it has a complex rhythm. Its beat is a regular beat. The beat is not well defined. It is syncopated, especially on the first part or in a stanza of the song, right? Did you observe it or have you noticed it? Absence of a well-defined beat, frequent change of meter, and frequent use of syncopations are the characteristics of contemporary Philippine music. Syncopation is a displaced beats or accents in music. In traditional, accent is always on the first beat, but the accent can be found elsewhere if the musician or the artist uses syncopation. So the strong beats become weak and vice versa. Okay, now, I will be playing again the song Kay Ganda ng Ating Musika. This time, listen carefully to its melody. This time, we're going to identify the melody. How many different melodic lines are there in a stanza? How many different melodic lines in chorus part? Can you tell me the number of melodic lines in a stanza and in chorus? Let me see if you can do it. Again, here's the Kay Ganda ng Ating Musika.
Kay ganda ng Magmula nung ako'y natutong umawit, naging makulay ang aking munting daigdig.
Tila ilog pala ang paghimig, kung malalim damdaming pag-ibig. Kung umapaw ang kaluluwa't tinig, ay sadyang nanginginig.
Magmula nung ako'y natutong umawi,
Bawat sandali aking pilit mabati, ang himig na maituturing ani, magpupuri pagkat kukutangi. Di marami ang di magsasabing eto na.
All right. Are you able to count different melodic lines in a stanza? How about in chorus? Are you able to count it? Good job. There is only one melodic line in stanza part and on first time of the chorus part. But in the repetition of chorus, it consists of two melodic lines. First, the principal or main melody. Secondly, the lines that repeat the chorus line. Kay ganda ng ating musika but in different tune. Have you noticed it? And in different rhythm. This describes the characteristic of contemporary Philippine music in terms of texture. As a review, texture is the relationships among the various notes in a musical composition, both as they sound together and one after another. Can you tell me what texture does it have? Is it monophony, means only one? Homophony, two melodic lines? Or polyphony, many melodic lines? You may answer these questions and write it in your paper and submit it again during our retrieval of modules. Have you have your answer already? The correct answers are homophony and polyphony. Homophony since the music has one voice part. Again, one voice part carrying the melody and supported by chords played by the accompanist, and the parts move together in the same rhythm. That's why it's homophony. Another is polyphony. In the repeated part of chorus, since the music has more than one voice part, I hope you noticed it, that more than one voice part that have its own melody. Kay ganda ng ating musika and the part atin, or a single melody taken up by the different parts in cycle. Again, ating dinggin on the second stanza of the song. So, the texture is homophony and at the same time polyphony. To recap what we have been through this lesson, contemporary music composers often use syncopation, change of meter that results to irregularity and not well-defined beat. It gives different characteristics to music. It adds life, making music livelier. Composers also fond of using homophony and polyphony texture in harmonization. Hope this activity helps you understand deeply how music is being made and have great appreciation to music and its composer. Before we proceed to our evaluation, I'll be playing Kay Ganda ng Musika. This time, you will sing along with it. Are you ready? Enjoy singing. Here we go.
Magmula nung ako'y natutong umawit, naging makulay ang aking munting daigdig. Tila ilog pala ang pag-ibig, kung malalim damdaming pag-ibig. Kung umapaw ang kaluluwa at tinig, ay sadyang nanginginig.
Magmula nung ako'y natutong umawit,
Bawat sandali aking birit mabati, ang himig na maituturing atin, magpupuri pagkat kukutangi. Di marami ang di magsasabing eto na inyong dinggin. Kay ganda,
Okay, everybody sing.
musika, kay ganda ng ating musika. Ito ay atin, sariling atin, at sa habang buhay, awitin natin. Kay ganda
sariling atin. Magmula nang ako'y
Okay, how's your singing? Did you enjoy it? I hope this will be a way for you to appreciate our own music, patronizing it. The song says, "Kay ganda ng ating musika," and that is true. So there's no reason for us not to love it. Okay? So let's see what you have learned today. I have prepared here 3 questions for you to answer. All you must do is to write the letter of the correct answer in your paper. Again, write only the letter of the correct answer. Are you ready? Question number 1. Beat on the first stanza of the song, "Kay ganda ng musika" is not well defined. It is because the composer uses irregular beat, putting accent in a weak beat known as blank. I repeat, beat on the first stanza of the song "Kay ganda ng musika" is not well defined. It is because the composer uses irregular beat, putting accent in a weak beat known as blank. Letter A, counterpoint. B, staccato. C, legato. D, syncopation. A, counterpoint. B, staccato. C, legato. D, syncopation. Number 2. What do you call the relationships among the various notes in a musical composition, both as they sound together and one after another? What do you call the relationships among the various notes in musical composition, both as they sound together and one after another? A, melody. B, harmony. C, texture. D, rhythm. Again, for A, melody. B, harmony. C, texture. And D, rhythm. For number 3 question, the repeated chorus part of "Kay ganda ng musika" is sung in more than one voice part that have their own melody. This is an example of blank texture. The repeated chorus part of "Kay ganda ng musika" is sung in more than one voice part that have their own melody. This is an example of blank texture. A, monophony. B, homophony. C, polyphony. D, none of the above. For A, monophony. B, homophony. C, polyphony. And D, none of the above. Okay, are you done with your answer? Please submit your answer sheets this coming schedule of module retrieval. Now, for you to furtherly understand the lesson, I'll be playing Bayan Ko performed by selected SPA vocals. This Tagalog song is actually a poem written by Jose Corazon de Jesus in 1929. It was set to music by Constancio de Guzman. This will be an added activity for you to learn more our lesson today. Take this as your assignment. Do not forget to write your name, section, date, and learning area in your answer sheet. Write first the question that will guide you in answering your activity. I will be preparing the song Bayan Ko performed by the SPA student. And you are going to analyze the song based from the different elements of music or characteristics of music we discussed this afternoon. Here's the song.
Ang bayan ko Pilipinas, siya'y nagsimulat. Pag-ibig na sa kaniyang ganda, sa kagabay na'y
Okay, that's it. You are going to analyze that song, Bayan Ko. First, describe the rhythm. Is the rhythm regular? Does it have a well-defined beat? What is the meter then? I repeat, is the rhythm regular? Does it have a well-defined beat? What is the meter? Then, why? And for number 2, what is the texture of its harmonization? Is it monophony, homophony, or polyphony? Support your answer with a brief explanation. Again, what is the texture of its harmonization? Is it monophony, homophony, or polyphony? Then, why? Hope you made it. Submit your answer sheet in your advisor during the retrieval of your modules and outputs. You can also write questions for clarification in your answer sheet regarding our topic. That ends our lesson for today. For you to understand more our lesson, turn your learning activity number 2 on page 1 and do point it out activity. Again, for you to understand more our lesson, turn your learning activity number 2 on page 1 and do point it out activity. It's all about the different characteristics of Philippine music. It has been another day of exploring music. I hope you enjoy your day. Give yourselves a round of applause for the job well done. I'll be longing of hearing you again next time in our School on Air program. This is your teacher, Ma'am Nem, saying again, sa Mapeh, bawat indayog ng katawan, daloy ng buhay, kayang sabayan. Sa saliw ng musika, anumang problema, tiyak na kayang-kaya. Sa bawat pagguhit, pangarap ay unti-unting makakamit. Malusog na katawan at isipan, kayang-kayang makamtan. Dahil sa Mapeh, buhay ay Mapeh pabuti. God bless everyone. Goodbye!